close finish to our previous race at Beverley, but it went the way of Chateau, the 2-1 market leader. Rogue Spirit was second at 4-1, and third was the Riddler. And I'm sure Connections will be hoping for Royal Ascot success with Chateau now. He's displayed a lot of promise on his first couple of starts. Now, behind us, you'll see ahead of the John O'Gaunt, Frankie Dettori's getting the leg up on number 8. That's Sunray Major. He ran a pretty good race, all things considered, in the Lockinge. Great to see Frankie here, and Sunray Major is one of a number in with a chance ahead of our final race from here at Haydock this afternoon. Don't forget, we've got action from Chester coming up as well. But with the details for the John O'Gaunt, here's Mark Johnson.
Thanks, Ollie, and it's going to be an anxious few minutes for just the 5 people who are left in today's ITV7. 2 races left to go. This is the penultimate race of the ITV7. There are 5 of you still with a live ticket. The best of luck. There are 8 horses here in the Betfred John O'Gaunt. They're headed by Catch 22 and David Egan. Happy Power, David Probert. Kinross, last year's winner of this race, the mount of James Doyle. Lanacash is ridden by Jim Crowley, and Misty Grey is the mount of Richard Kingscote. Pogo is ridden by Kieran Schumacher, Spycatcher by Clifford Lee, and Sunray Major, who is 2 out of 2 in races over this distance of 7 furlongs, the mount of Frankie Dettori.
And Sunray Major has actually been a relatively positive mover on the exchanges. Kinross is solid, the top of the market, 5-2, bidding to become the 3rd horse to win this race twice. It's then 72 Sunray Major, but he has been backed on the exchanges as well. Happy Power, Lanacash 11-2, Spycatcher 13-2, Pogo 17-2, Misty Grey 18-1, and any price you like on Catch 22. Kinross solid at the top of the market, but it's the handsome Sunray Major who 1 or 2 punters are interested in about.
And this is a fascinating runner who had some top-level form back in South Africa on 2 tries so far. He hasn't really pulled up any trees as yet, but he's too early to take him on.
This is horse number 2. This is Happy Power, and last time out we saw this horse at Leicester winning quite easily. Didn't have to work too hard for that, but he has got a fair bit of back class. Happy Power.
Kinross is last year's winner, and Mark Chan is here to watch his charge today. Possibly the ground may be a little bit on the lively side. The last time he encountered good to firm ground was in the 2000 Guineas behind Kamako.
This is Lanacash, Jim Crowley, and the Flying Along with Roger Varian. This horse has ran plenty of good races in Group 2 company. This is slightly easier, been gelded, back from a break, and a little bit fragile perhaps, as we've not seen much of Lanacash.
I hope Misty Grey runs well for Tom Dascombe, who's been changed jobs of late and starting out again, basically. This lad, his last turf win, or only turf win, came in 2019 at Ripon.
This is horse number 6. This is Pogo for Charlie Hills. Kieran Schumacher only right on the card here this afternoon. He looked really well in the paddock, I thought. No luck over in the UAE. This is his first run back on these shores since finishing well at Newmarket behind Ben Battle and in front of Master of the Seas.
Spycatcher has been flying form of late, and he's not the easiest to train. He's got sensitive feet, a little bit of an issue when you're a running athlete, but the all-weather sprint final win was a good performance from him.
Joined by trainer Carl Burke. I've been spying Spycatcher in the paddock. Looks full of beans, actually. Looks really well.
Yeah, he's in great form. Looks great. Obviously a really good run last time, and I think the step up in trip will suit. He was second in the ACOM as a 2-year-old and definitely got the trip, so that's not an issue. Yeah, looking forward to seeing him.
And Carl, Jason Weaver mentioned something quite interesting on the opening show this morning about his feet. What's happened to his feet?
Well, we had a lot of issues over the last sort of 2 years really with quarter cracks, and we've tried different things, but finally the farriers and the vets working together have done a brilliant job over the last 6 months, and he runs with a fibre cast on both feet, and it's just helped protect the quarter crack, and it's helped it grow out, so the cushion was always aggravated with quarter crack, and the cast take that compression off it, pressure off the quarter crack, so it's growing out really well, and he's moving in great, he's moving as well as he ever has done at the moment.
No, but honestly, Carl, it's really fascinating to hear. I know I'm horsing myself, but even I was like intrigued because cracks are not ideal, and the foot needs to be protected.
No, like I say, the farriers did a really good job, and slightly against the vet's advice. He wanted to go a different route. So I won't name the vet. He won't thank me for that. But no, they work well together, and the vets. We tried the vet's way, and it didn't quite work. So we went with the farriers, and it's worked a treat.
Good here today, and I can't let you go. Quick line on El Caballo. Obviously, I was amazing here, wasn't it, in the Sandy Lane, and all roads to Ascot in the Commonwealth Cup.
Yeah, he heads for the Commonwealth Cup. He'd possibly have an entry, depending on the ground. He'd maybe have an entry in the Jersey as well. But Commonwealth Cup it is really, and that's where all our thoughts are. And I would be very surprised if it doesn't improve a little bit over the next 3 weeks.
Okay, well, good luck with Spycatcher in this. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.
Really interesting about the feat of Spycatcher there, and the team have done a brilliant job because he's a consistent type. Clifford Lee rides for Colbert, but there is Sunray Major, Frankie riding for Jonathan Thady, Gosden. What did you make of his run in the lock-ins?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a superb race. Obviously, Group 1 company, this a fair bit easier. It was behind by Eid, so this is easier. Still very, very unexposed. And I suppose the one great thing for Sunray Major as well is only actually had the 2 starts over the 7 furlong trip and has managed to win on both of them. So we know trip suits, conditions to suit, and Jason can probably give you more details as regards to look, because Jason absolutely loves him. You were saying this morning, and to see him in the paddock, he is the one that would catch your eye. He's there. He's absolutely gorgeous.
He's a beauty, isn't he? A half to Kingman. Got a wonderful pedigree to go with the looks as well. This test, 7 furlongs around here, may help him. Rishi was talking about him being the second last horse off the bridle in the lock-inge as well. So, something in there that he liked.
What about this horse there? Kinross, last year's winner. Frankie Dettori actually rode him to victory 12 months ago. He's having his first start of the season. But a reproduction of this, where would that put him in the picture today, Jason?
It's different conditions, but it would put him bang on the premises. Ollie, he's there on all the figures. He's rated 114. He's a very, very solid type. As I said, the last time he encountered ground this quick was behind Cameco in the 2000.
Rich, quick flash of betting.
Always happy to provide one of those for you, Ollie. Kinross remains the favourite, about 5-2. Sunray Major going back to 7-2. Money for Lanacash, and I know that Jason thought that there's more improvement in the son of Cable Bay.
They're in the game for the Betfred John of Gaunt Stakes, and they're off. Quite a short run to the turn taken after the first furlong, and it is Pogo who moves on the outside of Misty Grey. Those are the first 2. Already a break of a couple of lengths to Lanacash, who races on the inside of Happy Power, and then Kinross. And then on the inside is Catch 22. Spycatcher is last but one, and already just been hustled along by Clifford Lee to go the early gallop, but sitting chilly at the back of the field is Frankie Dettori on Sunray Major, allowing the race to unfold in front of him, and it sees Pogo now go on into the lead. He just comes across in front of Misty Grey, has to be taken off heels. Towards the outside is Happy Power. Lanacash towards the inside rail. 2 lengths back to last year's winner, Kinross. They go through the halfway point. Then Catch 22. Spycatcher on the outside. And Sunray Major going to be played late by Frankie. He's at the moment 6 lengths off the leader, who continues to be Pogo. Pogo on the inside of Misty Grey. Then Lanacash towards the inside rail. We'll need a little bit of luck with Racing Room towards the outside. Now Happy Power and Kinross have been ridden along. So too is Spycatcher. And then Sunray Major, who's now beginning to make his surge down the centre of the course. A furlong to go in the John of Gaunt. And it is Pogo who has got the lead. Kinross is charging on the outside. Sunray Major. Lanacash still has a chance. A 4-way go. Pogo on the inside, close. Pogo and Lanacash to Kinross, and then Sunray Major back in 5th with Misty Grey, followed home by Happy Power, and then came Spycatcher, and the last one home was Catch 22. A very, very close finish, and this is extremely tight between Pogo against the rail and the blue and white of Lanacash, and you'll see Lanacash is the one who drops his head, but at that evidence, it's just possible that Pogo has just got there by a flared nostril for a 6th career success.
With a way official confirmation, it looks as though Pogo's won. If he has, what an attitude he's shown there, Jason.
Yeah, he managed to get that tussle, the better of the tussle, if you like, with the early other pace setter there, which obviously just waiting for Misty Gray took him on.
It's been confirmed. Pogo the winner. Kieran Schumacher, four-timer at Windsor, a Group 3 success here at Haydock. He's on board. High fives all round, and the winning rider's with Richie.
Just returned. Kieran, crossing the line, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought I'd held on. A very game effort from him today. He had a very busy winter, you know, he was on his travels, so he's had a big freshen up, and he's a dual-listed winner, and he's ran some massive races in group companies, so delighted he's got his group success.
What an attitude he showed as well, because just looking at the pace that they were going, I just wondered the first couple of furlongs, we could just wander inside if you want. The pace in the early part of the race, I thought maybe you were going a decent clip, but the fractions actually showed you were nice and steady and then started to pick it up once you turned into the straight.
Yeah, I had no pressure when I was going around the bend, and I was able to do everything sort of on my own accord, so I was just a little bit worried he might need this run, because he probably hasn't done a whole lot of home, and I thought he was probably just a gallop short, but he was very game, and I'm really happy for the horse.
Well, word reached us this morning on the opening show that he had a little blowout with Leona taking him for a little spin, and she thought he probably did too much, so she might have helped him right. Damien, you look after him, and a lovely roar of success when he came back. What was going through your mind in the closing stages?
Oh, I'm absolutely buzzing. I've been waiting for this moment for ages, but there's not a horse that deserves it more.
Tell me why is it that you think he deserves it so much?
Just because he's always been knocking on his door, and his battles every time gives 100%. Just lots of words.
What's he like at home?
He's a great ride. But he can be quite quirky sometimes when he's fresh, but other than that, nothing to it.
Well done for Kieran for getting the best out of it.
Yeah, it was a really good ride by Kieran Schumacher, but he had a willing partner in Pogo, and when they all came late on, Sunray Major, Kinross and Lanakash trying to nose through on the line, Pogo kept sticking his neck out, and he has won as a well-backed 17-2 shot. Lanakash second at 5-1, and third was Kinross, the 9-4 favourite. What a thriller that was. They all came to challenge Pogo late on, but he kept finding more, Leona.
Yeah, Charlie Season had his best season to date last year, and he's well on target to well beat that already. And yeah, look, I mean, you're there to be shot at, aren't you? And I thought, oh, something's going to go past, but it was so game. And as Kieran said, you know, not had a run for a couple of months, so you always have that bit of doubt as a jockey. I'm sure that last stride or two might just really blow up, but not the case. It was so game. Always helps having that rail to run at as well.
Did you think he was going to last home, Jace?
Yeah, well, the freewheeling is the nature of the track, isn't it? And that's absolutely key. Big run from Lanakash, massive effort from Sunray Major, and you have to take your hat, or tip your hat, if you like, to Kinross, because these are not his conditions. He nearly got away with it.
Charlie Hills won this race in 2015 with Cable Bay. Pogo is still an Entire at 6 years old, and as everyone we heard Damien and Kieran say, he really deserved that today.